So guys, welcome to episode number 6 of my Bayern Munich career mode series. Today's episode, will be hitting the January transfer window. That's right, in today's episode, we're going to be hitting the January transfer window. What is going to happen, you guys will have to wait and find out. But we're coming up against Freiburg. This is actually in midway of December of 2014. Coming up against Freiburg at home at the Allianz Arena. We're still undefeated in the league going into this game. If you have missed the last episode or any episodes of this series, make sure you go check out the series playlist. That's right, the series playlist will be down below in the description. These have been long episodes, so you won't want to miss out on episodes you may have missed in the last episode. Just to give you guys a bit of a heads up if you didn't watch it and you guys did miss out on it, as it was uploaded yesterday, we've secured our spot in the round of 16 of the Champions League. That's right, we're going through to the knockout stages of the Champions League, which is just insane. But let's jump into this game against Freiburg, and in the 18th minute, Freiburg were going on the attack. They're playing away at the Allianz Arena, and what a chance they did have in the 19th minute. In the early stages of this game, they have a fantastic opportunity inside the box, and their midfielder, I want to say, who did take that shot there, did put that one wide. So Freiburg having the first chance of this game, but their chance does go wide during stoppage time in the 45th minute. So just before the end of the first half, they had another chance. This time was from a corner, but the header did go off target. But in the 58th minute, we've got Thiago on the boys. He plays it to Thomas Muller. He's going to play it to Robert Lewandowski. He does well to cut inside the box. Plays it back outside to Mario Götze. He does well to get around one defender, and he's going to slot that one home. That's right, just in the bottom corner. You guys are going to be seeing a few replays of that goal. Just tucked it into the bottom corner. Mario Götze has made it Bayern Munich 1, Freiburg 0. That's right, we have taken the lead here in the 60th minute. Wasn't the prettiest of goals. You guys will be seeing the goal, as I said, from the replays. It wasn't the prettiest of goals, so it wasn't the most spectacular of goals, but Götze did what he had to do. He does put ourselves 1-0 in the lead, and we're still undefeated in this Bundesliga season, which is awesome to see. Mario Götze picking up a goal there. But in the 88th minute, we've got Philipp Lahm on the boys. He's going to play inside to Robert Lewandowski, who does well to take a shot. His shot does come off the post, and from that, Freiburg will be clearing the ball. The game is going to end Bayern Munich 1, Freiburg 0. That's right, we pick up a 1-0 victory to kick off today's episode. Wasn't the best of performances, but we have picked up the 3 points. A great way to kick off today's episode, as we are sitting first in the Bundesliga. After 16 games, we've won 13 of them, and we've only drawn 3. We're on 42 points, as second Schalke are on 31 points. That's right, we have already gone out to an 11-point gap. That's right, we are 11 points ahead of Schalke, who are sitting in second, which is awesome to see going into obviously halfway mark of the season, as David Alaba wants to leave the club. That's right, during the January transfer window, David Alaba wants to leave the club. He says that he is homesick. That is the reason for that, but obviously that's just something that does come up during your guys' career mode, same as mine. David Alaba wants to leave the club. Nothing that I can do there, which means we're going to have to look up for a backup left back. And I will be looking for a backup left back. So a left back that can take David Alaba's position in our starting 11 in today's episode. But this is going to be the final game of December 2014. Obviously, we're pushing into January after this game. We're coming up against Hanover in the German Cup. That's right, in the Dolchester Pokal. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. We're coming up against Hanover in the German Cup. Let's hope that we can pick up a win here and advance into the quarterfinals, I want to say, as this is the round of 16. I have rested some players for this game. More noticeably, there is no Lewandowski, there is no Robin. Thomas Muller will be starting, so is Stefan Jovetic. Ribery, he'll be starting out on the left midfield position, but it is a pretty strong side, and the side that I reckon can pick up the win here against Hanover. And our first highlight did fall to us in the 8th minute, as we were passing the ball around, as Thomas Muller plays it to Rode, our defensive midfielder, who did start more in a central attacking midfield role, played through Ribery, and his shot is denied. It is saved from the Hanover goalkeeper, and we're going to have to push on after Frank Ribery was actually found himself offside, just offside there. So pushing on into the 45th minute. So during stoppage time, Hanover do have a free kick. And what they're going to do with this free kick, they actually don't really take it with the initial man that I thought they were going to take it with, as he did run over the ball. But they did take a shot there from really like a pass off, and their shot is denied from Jose Reyna, who did start in goals. In my opinion, you guys are probably seeing it from all the highlights throughout this season. There is really no difference between Jose Reyna and Manuel Neuer. Obviously, there is a little bit difference, but Jose Reyna has surprised me so much throughout this season. He has been playing insane, just as well as Manuel Neuer, and you guys are seeing that from all the highlights. From that play, from Hanover having their opportunity, they did have a corner. We've turned defense into attack, and Jovetic does well to do a few skill moves to get around that defender there, and Stefan Jovetic has made it Hanover 0, Bayern Munich 1, going into the second half. In the 50th minute, we've got a young man, Weiser, on the boys. He's going to play it inside to Thomas Muller. Does well with the acceleration to get around that defender there, making his way onto goal, and that's right, Thomas Muller on the outside of his boot. He's going to give us a 2-0 advantage in this German Cup game, and we are looking like we will be going through to the quarterfinals of the German Cup. But in the 69th minute, Hanover had a great opportunity to make it 2-1, get themselves back into this game, and let's be honest, anything could happen from there, but their headed opportunity does go way wide of the goal, really over the goal, and did not go on target, not troubling Jose Reyna in goals. It's going to end Hanover 0, Bayern Munich 2, another win in today's episode, and giving us some momentum going into the January transfer window. And during January in the Bundesliga, I think we only play about 2 games, which means that we have the whole transfer window just to worry about signings and what we are going to do with them. But David Alaba must be sold. You guys already know about that. He wants to leave the club. So what else can we do? We're going to have to try and sell David Alaba for as much money as possible. As Xavi Alonso, he is going to be returning from his injury. How great is that? Xavi Alonso has been out for about 3 months now, and he's back, which is awesome to see. Plays a vital role in our midfield in our starting 11. But I was thinking about a left back, and I did take a look at your guys' suggestions back in episode number 1. That's right, during episode number 1, I did tell you guys to leave your transfer suggestions, as those suggestions will be taken into consideration into this transfer window, obviously the January transfer window. And so I didn't see too many comments for Marcelo, but the comments that I did see for Marcelo, I did go ahead with it, because obviously you guys are interested in David Alaba staying at the club. I can't do anything about this. He wants to leave the club, so we're going to let him go. So I did see, obviously, some of you guys did suggest Marcelo as a backup left back. So I'm going to bring in Marcelo not as a backup left back, as the starting left back. And we're going to keep Bernat as the backup left back for whenever Marcelo is on low fitness, as David Alaba has been sold to Manchester City, as the board did the selling, you can say, did sell him without me even noticing or knowing that he's only been sold for £10 million. That's right, way under his value. Jerome Boateng has actually accepted a contract extension, giving him a bit more money, as Real Madrid did not accept my offer for Marcelo. They want about 20 million to 27 million pounds. I'm going to offer them 23.5 million pounds, hoping that Real Madrid can accept that, as we are going to actually be jumping into a game here. And Xavi Alonso just lets me know that he's okay to play. Not sure I'm going to play him for this game. I'm going to let him rest for a little bit more. As Stefan Jovetic, he wants to play this game. We all know the great form that Jovetic has been showing throughout this season. A couple of episodes back, it was the Jovetic show. That's right. He scored a hat-trick in one half, and he also ended off that game with 4 goals. Also in that episode, Jovetic actually picked up about 7 or 8 goals in one episode, which is just insane. He's going to be starting this game against Mainz in the Bundesliga. We've played 16 games. We're still undefeated. Let's hope that we can keep that going, as Mainz are down in 9th. And that is pretty impressive for a Mainz side that I thought would have been finishing in the lower half of the table. They're in the top half, which is very nice to see. We're going to try and hit them off here. You can say, and try and pick up all the points in this game. And take a look at my Bayern Munich side for this game. Barely any players were being rested, as Jovetic, he wanted to start this game. I'm going to let him start it, but that really is a very strong starting 11, as the Marcelo deal hasn't gone through yet. Bernat will be starting as the left back, and that is a very strong Bayern Munich side for this game. Not taking this Mainz side very lightly, but in the 21st minute, they had the first opportunity in this game, and they are going to try and make us pay, but it is Manuel Neuer with the save, denying the Mainz man to give themselves the 1-0 advantage. In the 31st minute, we've got Jovetic, who does well to take a shot, and he's a good save there from the opposition goalkeeper. So both teams having chances, but in the 45th minute, Mainz do have a corner from their attack. They would been across, and they're actually going to take the lead. That's right, it was a bit of a deflection off a couple of players, but the Mainz attacker does put that one into the back of the net. It's Mainz 1, Bayern Munich 0. That's right, we've conceded, and we're going to be 1-0 down going into the change rooms at half time. In the 63rd minute, this Mainz side were playing very, very well. I did show you guys my side going into this game, and it was pretty much a starting 11, but this Mainz team they weren't going down easy. All my attacks were just well defended. And in the 66th minute, they're looking for an option, trying to make their way onto goal. They do so, and a header is going to go into the back of the net. That's right, it's Mainz 2, Bayern Munich 0. The game is going to end at that scoreline. That's right, we have suffered our first defeat in this Bundesliga season. That's right, our first defeat in this Bundesliga season. It's Mainz 2, Bayern Munich 0. Sadly, the undefeated streak has come to an end. It had to come to an end one day throughout this Bundesliga season. It's come to an end now, which is a bit disappointing, because we have had a awesome first start to the season. Going into this second half of the season, we've already picked up a loss. Are things going to change? Is our form going to dip? Is it going to slump? We're going to have to wait and find out. As we're still trying to do a deal here for Marcelo, we actually do the transfer. It is actually going to be Marcelo doing the player contract, going to give him a crucial first team player, as surprisingly he's only a squad rotation player over at Real Madrid. I don't know what's going on there. Monaco, they come with offer for Jovetic, which I am going to flat out reject, and we are still 8 points ahead of Schalke, so we still have a very nice gap between us and Schalke on top of the table. It's only one loss, guys. Anything can happen. But Marcelo will be signing for the club. He's accepted the contract. Marcelo, welcome to Bayern Munich. You are our new left back, as we do receive a transfer offer here for Thomas Müller, our 25-year-old centre forward. He's been playing very well throughout this season. It's a huge offer from Manchester City. It's actually £49 million. I'm actually going to counter offer it to £58.5 million, and that is something that I can't see Manchester City accepting. We're going to have to wait and find out if they actually do accept my counter offer. And yes, they have. That's right, Thomas Müller is almost on the way out to Manchester City. I didn't want to let him go, guys. Just going to let you know that I didn't want to let go of Thomas Müller, but Manchester City have accepted a £58.5 million a counter offer, and that is something that is just insane. And yes, it is done. Player sold. Thomas Müller has been sold to Manchester City, and now we have £69 million to play with in the transfer budget. That's right, we have heaps of money to change up our squad and try and go into the second half of the season to win the Bundesliga title, the Champions League title, and the German Cup. And Isco, one man I'm looking to sign. He's a central attacking midfielder, a young man. I think he's got 5-star skill moves or 4-star skill moves. Correct me if I am wrong. He's a 22-year-old. He would be a great signing for our side. I'm not looking for going to sign the likes of Ronaldo, Messi, because that is just, in my opinion, very unrealistic and something that I don't want to do for this series. I could actually maybe afford Messi or Ronaldo with the transfer budget that I do have, but I'm deciding not to go with it. I want to sign Isco, a young player, and let's hope that he can accept it. Yes, he does. So Isco is the second signing in this transfer window. That's right, Marcelo, Isco, and surprisingly, 2 Real Madrid players. That's right, when I was advancing during this transfer window, I didn't notice I was actually chasing for 2 Real Madrid players. This is how our starting 11 is looking. It's exactly the same starting 11 with Marcelo as the left back, and now Isco has taken Thiago's spot in the central attacking midfield role. Benassia, he's out for another 3 weeks. So really, from that starting 11, we really have a very, very strong squad at the moment. There's only one player who is actually injured. That is Benassia. He's going to be back very, very soon. As we take a look at the top goal scorers in this Bundesliga season, I'm pretty sure Jovetic was down in 4th or 5th. Assists, usually I have players that are playing in my team top of the top goal scorers and top of assists, but surprisingly in both those categories there are no Bayern Munich players in the top 3. But in the clean sheets, Neuer is level with 2 other goalkeepers in the Bundesliga, so Neuer playing very well throughout this season. That is how today's episode is going to end, guys. So if you did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and drop a like rating. Make sure you drop a comment down below, a post to respond to. Also, click subscribe if you are new around here. Huge game against Wolfsburg in the next episode, and I'll see you all on my next video.